evening. A retired Church of England priest has been found guilty of 26 counts of sexual abuse against two boys. His actions have been described today as the utmost breach of trust. Christopher Howarth groomed and then abused the boys between 2004 and 2012.
Howarth moved to Uckfield in 1984, where he worked at the local school and became deputy head of Uckfield Community Technology College. Piers Hopkirk has our report.
As a secondary school teacher and a priest at 3 local churches, Reverend Christopher Howarth was considered a pillar of the community in his hometown, Uckfield, even dressing up as Santa at Christmas time. But today, a jury found him guilty of grooming and abusing 2 young boys over a 6-year period, children who'd put their trust in him.
This was the utmost breach of trust. He was their teacher, he was their priest, he was a family friend, and he subjected them to long-standing sexual abuse. Both victims have had to come to court, they've had to give evidence, and they've had to relive their experiences. They were supported in doing so, however they will have to live with this for the rest of their lives. We hope and we're glad that justice has been achieved, and we hope they will be able to move on with their lives.
Howarth, seen here conducting a church service, was found guilty on 26 counts of sexual abuse of children. The court heard he'd showered the boys with gifts of cash, video games and mobile phone contracts. He admitted videoing some of the abuse as well. In recent years, at least half a dozen Church of England priests in the Sussex area have been imprisoned for child sex abuse, including Canon Gordon Rideout, who abused children at a Crawley children's home, and Father Robert Coles, a former priest at St Philip's Church in Eastbourne. Reverend Roy Cotton perpetrated widespread child abuse but died before justice could be served.
What we hear on our confidential telephone helpline at NAPAC is that survivors think, and they say, I thought I was the only one. And that's absolutely not the case. With every high-profile case that we see, with every conviction that we see, more and more survivors know that they're not alone.
Howarth was remanded in custody, his size and infirmity meaning he was driven away to prison in a taxi. He'll be sentenced next month.
Well, Piers is in Hove now outside the court for us. So what was the reaction in court when the verdicts were delivered, Piers?
Well, Polly, Christopher Howarth himself sat impassively as these 26 guilty verdicts were read out to him. His friends and family, though, who'd been with him throughout this trial were very emotional. One woman burst into tears in the public gallery. She was asked by the judge to leave the court. Now, very unusually in this case, the jury comprised 12 women, and at the end of the case, once Christopher Howarth had been sent down, I saw that 7 of them were in tears. Such was its distressing nature. The judge told them, "You've had to endure what has been a truly horrible case, and for that I am sorry."
Thanks, Piers.